When you look at the state of young men in the country, what's your honest perspective about what's happening?
It goes back to what I'm saying. A lot of young men are living on instinct. They don't understand that God has a purpose for us. We have a destiny. And in order to get there are certain things that we need to do. If you don't have that perspective, then you just live day to day. You end up in situations that you didn't desire to be in. Every time I go to prison, I ask the guys in prison, I say, how many of you, when you were growing up, you said, my desire, one of these days, I would like to go to jail? And nobody raised their hand. I have never had one person who raised their hand and said that this is where they wanted to be. But yet you have thousands and millions of people in that position. So there's a disconnect somewhere. So people are not connecting their destiny to a purpose. And so because they live on instinct creates accidents. So you accidentally end up in jail. It wasn't, you didn't design it, but it happened because you were living on instinct. I heard a quote one time. It said that animals risk their lives for food, but humans risk their lives for acceptance.
Wow.
So you have a lot of young men, the animal, when they wake up in the morning, they're just looking for food and there are all kinds of dangers. And so they walk into danger trying to eat. You have a lot of young men who walk into danger because they want to be accepted. They don't understand their purpose.
Wow.
That is so real.
Just to kind of give the audience perspective as well, like you advise governments and you advise leaders, like what are we still not getting right, you feel, when it comes to actively saving our youth?
Well, one of the biggest problems that we have globally, and as you said, I've advised governments, I've advised organizations in London, I've advised the Turks and Caicos government, did work in South Africa, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and so on. I think the biggest mistake that people make in today's world is expecting to have better results without better people.
Break that down for us.
So, okay, we want crime to go down. But in order for you to have crime to go down and corruption to go down, you need better people. And if you don't have better people, you're not going to have a better outcome. A lot of people are not taking responsibility. They are saying, okay, we just don't want it to affect us, or we don't want it to be too bad. And so people are not looking at themselves as a part of the problem. But the problem that we have in a place like the Bahamas is that the pool is tainted. And as long as the pool is tainted, everybody that comes out of the pool are the same thing. So we look at the police, for example, and we say, okay, the police, they're corrupt. But they came from the same pool as the gangsters. So if you want a better outcome, you have to have a better people.